For your money, more than $1 billion of your tax dollars should be helping renters avoid eviction after losing their income during the pandemic. But only a fraction of that money has been paid out, while tenants and landlords endure frustrating delays. News 4 troubleshooter Jay Avila tracks down the state official in charge of this program to get answers for you.
We've been contacted by tenants fighting to stay in their homes while waiting for this money, and we've talked to landlords who are trying to stay afloat without evicting families. Frank Garcia has been struggling to pay the mortgage on one of his properties because the tenant lost their job and couldn't make the rent. Since there's a ban on certain evictions during the pandemic, judges are urging landlords like Garcia and their tenants to apply for Texas Rent Relief, a $1.3 billion fund managed by the state to pay current and back rent and keep people in their homes.
The tenant agreed. We filled out our portion, and we waited, and then we waited.
They've been waiting since early March with no answer from the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, which runs the program. A report released at the end of March showed about 100,000 people had applied. Only 250 households had been sent checks for a total amount of $1.5 million. That's just 0.1% of the money available. How do you feel that you might have to put someone out of their home because the state can't disperse these funds?
That is absolutely horrible. That's horrifying. I don't want to put anybody out of their home.
We wanted to find out what's causing the delays. The Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs declined our request to interview Executive Director Bobby Wilkinson. So we went up to Austin and caught up with him outside the state capitol. Why hasn't more money gone out to tenants and landlords who really need it?
It has. We'll be at $20 million by the end of the week, $40 million by next week.
It got off to a slow start, though. At March 31st, there was only 250 checks that had gone out. Why was that?
We had to reboot our software system. The original software system was inadequate, so we had to replace it. Wilkinson told us the new software has allowed them to start sending out more money. However, the backlog of people applying for relief is growing rapidly. He says he's added 1,000 new staff members and reduced the number of documents applicants have to upload to speed up approvals. A few days after that interview, Wilkinson appeared before a legislative committee and reported he was up to about 5,200 households who've been sent $36 million. That's 2.7% of the available cash. San Antonio's Philip Cortez is the chairman of that oversight committee. Are you satisfied with how this agency has handled this program?
I think there's still a lot of room for improvement. We have more and more families that are applying every single day, and we have families that have been applying since the program was announced in mid-February that are still trying to work through the process, still trying to work through the online application with no success.
Cortez says his committee will keep asking for regular updates on the backlog. Wilkinson says it will likely take him till the end of September to send out all the money. I'm News 4 troubleshooter Jay Avila.